intro is our baby niece crying in the background. You guys, if I only tell you, we've been trying to shoot this video
over 3 hours.
Over 3 hours. She pooped. She was hungry. She pooped again. Then she was hungry again. Then she threw up. And then she had to change her. Now she's hungry again.
I love children, but I'm gonna give it a few years.
Alright guys, so Serena is finally asleep. We can get started with the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. After 5 hours, we are finally ready for this video.
God bless.
We've been trying to film this Q&A for a while now, but you know, we have a newborn and...
Oh, we have a newborn?
Welcome to motherhood, you guys. You'll experience it one day. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. Really is.
It is. It's a beautiful thing to be an aunt too. That way you get to have the baby part-time and not deal with it
full-time. You know, you get to have her in the good times, not the bad times.
So thank you guys so much for watching. So in today's video, it's going to be a Q&A with my sisters. I'm very excited for this video because I've never done a Q&A on my channel at all. So you guys probably know nothing about me and my sisters, except if you follow us on Instagram or whatnot. So we'll try to answer as many of them as possible. So let's go ahead and just get started. If you guys are new here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you want more videos like this with my sisters. All right. I love how you guys are
we've had a
cooperating.
Cooperating.
Well, I mean, when you're talking that much, there's really nothing to say.
Shut up. So I don't want you guys to see it because I kind of want to, you know, have your authentic response. We're going to start with the first question that I saw a lot of you guys ask, which is, who is the oldest?
Oh, they don't know? Thank you, guys. I mean, I know I look like I'm the youngest.
So,
actually, it's because you have very light makeup on today. So today,
how did they know I have really light makeup on?
You do. Can't you see I have a full face?
No, the people sending the questions.
True.
How do they know?
From our Instagram story.
Well, we're not that much apart. Rin was the oldest.
Hello. And wisest.
Just oldest. How old are you?
I'm 28.
She's 28. I'm 26.
I just turned 24.
I just turned 28.
I actually just turned 26 like 4 months ago. So me and Renoir are like a year and 9 months apart. Me and Diana are 2 years apart, so we're almost 2 years apart. Oldest, middle child, youngest.
But I totally understand why you were confused because
I do look the oldest, I understand.
A lot of times people think I'm the youngest.
Because I'm pretty mature.
Thank you.
And tall. So zodiac signs, I'm a Leo.
I am a true Scorpio.
And I'm a Libra.
Libra. All right. Who gets along more? And then who fights the most?
For sure they get along more.
Baba! What are you doing? What the hell? What the fuck?
Is he trying to fix the lighting?
Okay, so who wants to answer that question?
What was the question?
Who gets along more?
So
and
they
who fights
for
the
sure
most?
get along more. 100%. I get along more with Renoir than NAGAM. Me and her just, you know, there's those siblings where you just don't see eye to eye.
We really
and that's
don't.
us like
AKA
85% of the
why
time.
you always see me and Renoir more.
And I'm like,
versus her because
No,
Diana. Go ahead.
I think 3 of us have a very interesting relationship. We're all pretty close compared to other sisters.
Yes, that is very true.
It is true. So even though we might not hang out with Diana as much, it's because, you know, she's so young.
they're closer
in
age.
that like young phase. We ain't got time to be dealing with that sometimes. So that's why, you know, we don't really hang out as much. But it doesn't mean we're not close to her. I'm close to NAGAM, and as Diana said, I'm also close to Diana. Diana is a very difficult person to deal with.
That's not funny.
You know, you gotta be very patient when dealing with Diana. And I think I have the most patience when it comes to my sisters. So
True.
that's why me and her get along, because I gotta bite my tongue about a lot of things.
She forgives a lot.
I forgive very easily.
I don't really forgive as much.
I don't like making a big deal out of things. NAGAM is very like...
Diana, you talk to her, and if it's not the right time, which 90% of the time is
It's
not the right time,
true.
she yells at you back.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Not
That
true.
is true. Who is the most dramatic sister? Renoir, hands down,
Oh my
the most
God.
dramatic one.
Can I defend
So dramatic.
I think it's
Our brother-in-law will totally agree with that too.
yeah, my husband would agree with that. But I think it's because I'm very sensitive and I overthink things a lot, so that's why
Too
I'm a
sensitive.
little too
dramatic
for
Too
them.
much.
All right, no, you're just dramatic. In
No,
general.
it's not, you guys. I'm oversensitive is the right word.
Okay, so what is your favorite thing about each sister? Renoir?
well, I'm starting.
Yeah, you're starting.
Oh wow. Wait, this is hard.
About
Let's start with me.
favorite thing about you? Okay, damn, these are hard. This is a hard question.
Just like
I already know
a
my
sentence
answers.
or a word. It doesn't have to
Should
be.
I go first since I already know?
Okay, you can go first.
Okay. So about Renoir, she's very kind and caring and thoughtful.
Aww.
And about Diana, that one I have to think about.
I'm sorry, that's why I needed one.
This is why I don't hang out with them. They're just rude.
About Diana, you know, she doesn't give a fuck. I think that is my most, like, she honestly,
I don't care about no hater. Just
she
kidding.
doesn't let anything get to her. She just doesn't care. She
Life's
doesn't,
too short. Why
There
are
could be
you
an
gonna
earthquake outside,
beat
the building
yourself
is
up
falling.
over?
She's chill.
I just try to find the positivity in these
she
situations.
is also very confident in herself. So I guess that's a good thing too.
Okay, I think what I like the most about NAGAM is that she thinks more with her mind than with her heart, and that's something that I need to learn a little bit more from her. Like with NAGAM, business is business. She doesn't let anything get in the way of like what's right for her, which I think is something that, you know, a lot of us should learn from. True boss babe. So for Diana, the thing that I like about her the most is even though she has a lot of attitude and she comes off as being super feisty and like sometimes, you know, we want to kill her, deep down she's a little baby. She has a heart of a child. She just doesn't like to show it and she has this wall. But if you mess with her family, she's like, I feel like she's the first one that's gonna come out there.
Oh yeah, I should mention that.
You know?
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, so I would say Renoir is like a very good person. Like she has a very kind soul and she's very compassionate and caring.
Thank you.
You're welcome. NAGAM, she's like strong and independent and she's like a boss babe. So she like gets out there, she gets things done. She's reliable 90% of the time.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna forget what you did on my birthday. Yeah, I'd say those.
She meant to say, I'm more reliable than Renoir.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
What did you guys study in college and how was your experience?
Ooh, I'll start.
Go ahead.
So I did too much in college. So I majored in broadcast journalism.
Let's keep it for like 30
And
seconds
then,
each.
hold on. And then I double minored in theater and dance. I was also in a sorority and I was also on a dance team.
And
and
the
I
girl
also had an
asked, what did
internship
you
major.
study?
Okay. Anyways.
And how was your experience?
It was actually really good, but I did have a change of heart after graduating. I started out in hosting and then I realized I kind of want to move over to more like the acting and performing side of it. So that's what I'm working on now.
Cool. So I actually, when I first graduated high school, I went to fashion school because I wanted to be a fashion designer, something within the fashion industry. I went there for about 3 months here local in Vegas, realized it was not worth it for the amount of money that I was spending. Wanted to move out to California because it's like where the fashion industry is. Didn't work out, so I just went to a regular college, the same college that we all went to. We all went to UNLV, graduated from there. So I ended up majoring in business marketing and communications. How was my experience? It was fine, but I wouldn't say college is what made me. I really feel like it's the hands-on work experience is where you get the most experience from, not really schooling. I feel like they should change their
Curriculum
to how today's society really works.
I actually double majored in biology and communications. I'm gonna keep it nice and short, not give you guys my entire resume. How was my experience? However, I think I overworked myself in college. I was really involved on campus. Sorority life, volunteer work, a bunch of all that stuff, pageants as well. I added the communications during my last year because I was really unhappy with biology, but I should just, you know, go to medical school or go to pharmacy school, intern during college. Realized that I totally hated the medical field, which is why I added communication. I think if there's one advice I want to give anybody that's going into college, don't overstress yourself on what you want to study. Take your, you know, general ed course at the beginning and then either volunteer or do a lot of career shadowing.
And do something that you're actually passionate about. Don't do it because your mom and dad told you.
Even though our parents are
They're
not
very
that
supportive.
kind of
They
are.
parents
Oh, yeah.
at all.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all in the creative field.
Like
They're
they
absolutely
don't, they never told me you have to study biology to be a doctor. It was just me that I wanted to be this perfect child, and I'm like, I have the grades for it. Let me do it. But yeah, I think we're blessed to have our parents not be that, you know, hands-on with what we study.
And also it's okay to have a change of heart. If you decide this is what I want to do and then you figure out it's not your passion, it's not too late to change it.
I think we all had a change of heart.
Yeah.
All three of us.
Well, I kind of stick to it, but I kind of went the business route, which I always had the business mentality. Like I loved fashion and the creative aspect of it, but I'm like, I have such a business mentality that I don't want to just be in the creative. I kind of want to combine both.
Yeah.
Which is why what I'm doing now with the whole YouTube and, you know, the businesses that I have and all that kind of stuff, it all works hand in hand. We all have bachelors, by the way, and I think I'm perfectly fine with the bachelor's. I don't think I would want to do more. You might want to.
I was actually applying to get my master's before I got married. So I wanted to get I'm the type of person that I believe in higher education. However, I think at this point, it's not for me right now.
Mm-hmm. Where were you guys born?
So I was born in Montreal, Canada.
Also Montreal, Canada.
And I was born in Long Beach, California. Here's the thing. So, you know, when we say we're born somewhere, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that's where we're from, because you guys never really lived. You can't say, oh, I'm Canadian, even though you were born there. Mm-hmm. You never really lived there.
Yeah, I was like 3 months old when I moved to Abu Dhabi, so
yeah,
it doesn't really
so we
count.
were raised in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. They were born in Canada. I was born in California, Long Beach, and then we moved to
Vegas.
Back to the States in
07.
In 07, yep. Favorite guilty pleasure?
Shopping.
Okay. I honestly am obsessed with watching YouTube videos, which is why I also started a channel. Ever since I was young, all I would want to do is just watch YouTube videos.
Arabic soap operas.
Oh yeah.
I love, whenever I have time, that's all I do.
Renwa, maybe you should think twice when you answer this question.
Why?
What does your dream guy look like? Personality, looks, etc.
I'm already married to my dream guy.
Aww. You want to go?
I don't have a specific look. I would just say the number one thing I look for in a guy is loyalty.
If you had to choose a personality trait and then looks trait, what? I think that's another question.
I just answered that. I said I don't have a specific type, but...
Oh, okay. Well, for me, obviously personality outweighs looks, but there's one specific thing that I can't do for looks, and it is he has to be taller than me. I'm 5'7", 5'7.5".
That's true.
So if you're not at least 6'1" above, it's not gonna work because I'll just feel awkward. I don't know. And then personality-wise, he has to be kind, trustworthy, passionate, yeah. But more than anything, I can trust that person. He's kind, caring, all that kind of good stuff. So that brings us to another question: looks or personality? If you had to choose.
Oh, for sure,
Personality.
Looks are nice at the beginning, but then once you get to know their personality,
yeah,
and if
it's
they're
either
like
a turn on or a turn off.
Totally. Would you rather read people's mind or see the future?
Neither.
Ooh.
What do you mean?
They
If you
both
had
suck.
to choose, would you rather read people's mind? I think it is kind of hard because
Seeing the future is hard because if it doesn't turn out the way you want to, you're pretty much going to be depressed for the rest of your life. But reading people's minds can be hurtful.
Yeah.
That's why I said neither, because even seeing the future, it's like, imagine you find out you're going to die tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
shit. Yeah.
you know, I don't want to know that. And then reading people's mind, like everybody, I mean, you'll be depressed by that
See
too.
the future.
So Neither.
yeah.
I don't want any of those powers.
If I had to choose though, I'd probably say see the future just so I can like somewhat prepare for it. Or like I look at it like the business mind, like the future.
How are you gonna prepare to die?
No, like, you know, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna die that day, so I better, you know, I don't know. Because reading people's mind, it's kind of like...
But you can see their true colors if you read their minds.
But then
too.
I think you'll have no friends.
True, yeah.
True.
All right, not a question. Bess, your whole family is so beautiful, mashallah, inside and out. Love you guys. We love you.
love you too.
How do you guys manage to make time to hang out while dealing with your busy schedule?
I'm very into organizing. Like, planning out my day is like, I can't live without doing that. I feel like it's all about balance. Like, I'm a lot busier over the summer than I am during the winter time. So I feel like around the holidays and stuff, I get to see my family a lot more. And during the summertime, I'm like working 50, 60 hours a week. So it is harder, but it's all about balance.
I think sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say also, I think because, you know, we all live
I was just gonna say that
under
you're in my
one
mind.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too. That's important.
So it's like, you know, even though we have busy schedules, we're still seeing each other every day, you know, so that keeps us close. We're just naturally very close to our family. Like, we're a very close family in general. So even though, you know, we don't go out and hang out or whatnot, we still manage to find some time, whether it's like lunch or even just sitting at home watching a movie, we're all like together.
I think it's also because we moved to this country. I was 16, Nahum was 14, Diana was 12, and we didn't really know anybody at first when we moved to Arizona. So we kind of had to learn to be each other's friends and be there for each other. We kind of build off of that. And then right now, I think with like me and Nahum, for instance, we kind of, some of our career is sort of in the same field, so we do help each other out when it comes to that, which allows us to hang out with each other.
Which I would say this is the reason why you see us together
More than Diana.
Because
I don't
Diana
have a
is-
YouTube yet, so I'm not. I feel like eventually I'd want to get into YouTube, but right now they're a lot more into it than I am. So it seems like they're.
So I think
always
because
together,
we
but-
both do a lot of influencer marketing and we do the whole YouTube thing. So for instance, if we want to travel for work purposes, we're always together. Diana's kind of doing her own separate thing, so that also plays a role.
Is there anywhere else you guys want to live besides Vegas?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I do love Vegas, but I'd say California.
Yeah,
Yep.
me too. I would want to live in California. Can't do the East Coast, it's too cold, but if I was able to handle the cold, I would love New York as well. I wouldn't mind going back to the UAE and living
Yep.
somewhere maybe in the Middle East for a few years with my children. I think it'll be good for them.
Yeah, like ideally if we would be between the US and like Dubai.
Yeah, that would
you
be,
know, that'd be
ideal.
perfect. What do you all work?
Whew.
That's a
Whew.
might take an
Where
entire
do we
video.
begin?
Well, before Renwa starts, with me and Renwa, like, sorry, Dad. Something that like, okay, we are entrepreneurs, but we don't really like to like fluff it and be like, oh yeah, we're entrepreneurs, blah blah blah. But honestly, that's what we do. We do a lot of things. We manage a lot of businesses. We create a lot of businesses. We do content creation. We have e-commerce businesses. Like, there's so we hate the idea of like, you know, what do you do for a living? Like,
And
I
just
don't
have one label.
one label. Like, if you're able to do so much, and if you're interested in so many things, why not tap into all of them, you know?
Yeah.
And but on the same idea, I think that's part of where it's like a struggle for us, because it's like we want to do all these things and we're capable of, like, we have all these skills. So we want to tap into all of them, but then we can't give one specific thing our full attention to make it grow. So we find ourselves like doing a million things at once.
And I think at first, so as she said, we do run a few businesses, mostly online.
Yep.
And then we also do other things. Obviously, you guys know us from Instagram, so we are influencers too. I just don't like calling myself just an influencer, because I do a lot more than just being an influencer. Not saying anything bad. Being an influencer is actually a very, very difficult job. It's not as easy as people think it is. It's not just taking pretty pictures and posting them on
Absolutely
Instagram.
not. No,
They
there's
show you the
contracts,
contracts.
yeah.
Like, it's a lot of work. Back and forth email. It's a lot of work. But as she said, just focusing on one thing. So before that, I also had a nonprofit organization. I did TV hosting and red carpet reporting. And then, you know, I tapped into influencer marketing because I started getting interested in it. The whole purpose of why I wanted to be a TV host at first was because I wanted to eventually have influence. And Oprah Winfrey was my idol. So to me, it's like when I saw the whole field of influencer marketing, I'm like, as an influencer, you do have influence. So why not just, hop onto that specific field? And I love it. So right now, what I'm really focusing on is growing my influence, if you should say so, through content creation. And I also have a marketing agency, the Influencer Lab, where I do events and networking opportunities and partnerships and things like that for influencers and female entrepreneurs.
Beautiful. Diana?
So anything with performing arts is a passion of mine. Right now, I'm a lot more focused on dancing, so I'm a professional dancer.
Professional and what is it?
NHL.
NHL dancer. How freaking cool is that?
Yeah.
It's like the coolest job ever.
Yeah, it's the best job ever. And that's my goal in life, to do things that doesn't feel like work. And that's how you know you're passionate about something, if it doesn't feel like an actual job. So I would say right now I'm interested in the dancing portion of it, because after a few years, I'm not going to be able to dance the way I do now. And then I definitely want to get into more on-camera acting, or maybe entertainment hosting, but mainly acting.
Cool. All right, please film Get Ready With Us Sister Edition or more makeup videos with your sister. I've been telling my sisters, let's create more videos, but again, with our schedule, it's so hard. She's moving away, so, we'll try to do more videos as much as possible. Keep nagging on them, letting them know, that way they can, get it. How did you guys get along growing up?
We actually didn't. Do you remember?
I think we had a really good childhood.
No, I love my childhood. I brag about it like till this day. But I think, remember, we used to
we all
pull each other's hair.
We all were back home. We all were in one room together,
and that's very important.
Yeah, my mom would let us sleep all in one room. And back then you'd be like, oh, I want my own space. Like, I hate this. Like, Renwa would be, bring friends over. She would make it pretend like that's her own room.
Really? I don't remember that.
So like all sisters that are close to age, like, why did you wear my shirt without asking? Till this day, this always happens.
As Naham mentioned, we did stay in one room growing up, which is very important. Like, even with me, with my kids, whenever I have another sister, for Serena, I would want her to live to have the same room. It just makes siblings get along a lot more, and you're forced to kind of spend time together.
Yeah.
Like, we had a bedtime at 8 p.m. and oh boy, if we weren't in bed by 8 p.m.
we would act like we're sleeping.
But we're like whispering in the room together. So it kind of forces you to build that, relationship. My mom also did a great job in like dressing us the same way, and like we do try to take at least a family vacation once a year, all of us together, to kind of make it work.
Christmas trip coming up.
Christmas and New Year's.
I'm vlogging it, you guys.
No, and then like Christmas and New Year's, we were never allowed to spend it with our friends. Like, certain holidays, we have to spend it together till this day. Like, ain't nothing like, Mom, I'm gonna go party with my friends.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
We try as much as possible.
That is not happening.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work with my mom especially. Did you answer that question? Did you respond?
I think me and you answered it. So
yeah, I said we had a really good childhood.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this brings us to another part. It's what's the best part about having sisters? I wanted to mention that is because even though, like, obviously all sisters, they fight and all of that, sometimes I just want to like pull their hair out, and I couldn't stand them. But I feel like when you go through hard times in life, and you have sisters that are there for you and understand it, and like, just like, I remember going through like one of my hardest times in my life, and like, because we had, I don't know why I'm gonna start crying.
Aww. Mom too. Mom was a big like.
Mom, yeah. Mom, like having a close family. So yeah, even though they could be very annoying, I honestly, like, after seeing like how my sisters are there for me through my hardest times, that's the main reason why I want to have like a big family, is so that way my kids are always there for each other. So
yeah, no matter how many friends you have, nothing is gonna compare to you having sisters. Like, it's
exactly. Mm-hmm. How do you guys manage to stay positive through hard times?
I cry.
Oh, she cries.
I cry it out.
Yeah. If this question wasn't answered, but if you guys had asked like who's the most sensitive or who cries the most, that'd be
me, hands down.
For sure.
I think what helps me stay positive, first of all, I'm very verbal. So if something bothers me, I talk about it. Like, I like to like talk about it, let it out, cry it out. And then I think having a strong faith as well is very important.
I would say faith for sure. And then also, you know, appreciating what you have, even the little things. Like sometimes, you know, the things that put us in negative moods or whatever, whether it's be like, oh, you know, what am I doing with my life, or haven't reached my career goal yet, or blah, blah, blah. And that puts you in a negative mood. So if you take a step back and not really pay attention to what people are doing and really appreciating that you have, what do they say? A roof on top of you?
Yeah, a roof on top of your head.
You know, that a lot of people don't. I think that helps, and obviously just being around family really helps.
Being about people that bring you positivity, not negativity.
Yeah, and I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason. So if I'm having a bad week or going through a hard time, I just, you know, keep praying and having faith. That's very, very important. And that always makes me feel at peace. But, you know, when I do get over that hard time or that bad week, I look back and I realize, like, everything does happen for a reason, and it almost forms you into the person that you are today. So you become stronger because of these experiences.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. What is your biggest goal that you hope to accomplish? And then these are two separate questions, but I'll kind of combine them. So what's your biggest goal, like in general in life, that you want to accomplish? And then your goals for 2020.
General in life, I hope to be a great mom to Serena and a good wife to my husband, and a good daughter to my parents. I think career is very important.
Good sister.
And a good,
I mean, you didn't ask, but
and a good sister to my sisters. But I mean, anyways, you know, career is very important, and have a lot of career goals, and you know, and like personal goals and like body goals. But I think after, you know, a while, you realize that the most important thing is family, and nothing makes me happier than being with my family and knowing that they're happy and they're doing okay. So to me, now that I'm forming my own little family, I think my life goal is to be a good daughter, a good sister, a good wife, and of course, most importantly, a good mother to my children.
So you're saying family, you used to think of like career, but now it's more like...
No, I've always thought family, but I used to put such an emphasis on like my career. Like, I want to do this by then and do that by then. And I noticed whenever I achieve these goals, I just want more and more and more, and I'm never satisfied. But what really brings me satisfaction is knowing that, you know, my family's doing okay, and I'm doing my part in being a good daughter or a good wife or a good, you know, mother.
So to keep it quick and simple, I would say basically everything that I'm doing now, but on a bigger scale. Good to have a team to be able to help me manage it all, because I can't do it by myself, just on a bigger scale. And my goal for 2020, I really want to focus on YouTube. That's like my passion, my true passion. So I'm hoping I can just, you know, make that grow more and more, hopefully. Tiana?
I would say in 2019, I felt stuck between, because I pursued my passion for performance, but I'm always thinking of the next step ahead, and I feel like I have to give up performing in order to move to the next step ahead. So probably just training a lot in 2020 to get to where I want to be eventually. Did that make sense?
But you asked about your life goal. I feel like I answered my life goal, but I didn't answer my 2020. What is your guys' life goal?
Oh yes, you're right. So life goal, obviously, well, for me, it comes down to success and happiness. I used to care so much about like success. I want to be the best at this, best at that. I want to accomplish so much. But then I realized when you're so into that so much, like happiness sometimes can get in the way. So now my goal is to be happy. That comes first. And you know, whether it's happiness, being like satisfied with my career or my success level and relationship, all that kind of stuff. I think the number one goal in life for me is to be happy and healthy.
Same. I think happiness is the number one priority. Doing something every day that doesn't feel like work or a job. And also another thing in my 2020 resolutions is self-care. I feel like self-care is also really important. So focusing on my health, on my physical maintenance, all that good stuff.
I love you girls. We love you too. And for the question, have you ever lived in Lebanon for more than a year or more? No, we never lived in Lebanon.
But we do visit every summer. So.
And I do want to
Not
work
every
in,
summer, but we do visit.
and I do plan on hopefully
I visit
working
more than
in
they
Lebanon.
do, so.
I know for a fact, me and Deanna, it's been there was a gap of 8 years that we haven't gone. You went, I know, because you went
We've been in America
for
11 years.
Exactly.
And you went last year and 2 years prior to
Yeah,
that.
but prior to that, there was an 8-year gap.
No,
we
alright,
came back to
can
the
we
US.
move on?
Yes, I know that. Anyways, all right, Coke or Pepsi?
Neither.
Pepsi.
They taste the same to me.
They don't. I used to think they taste the same, but I like Pepsi more.
Either for me.
Okay.
Neither for me.
Renwa, I think you're the only one that can kind of answer this question because you're the only one that's like have found the one. How to know a guy is the one?
I think to figure out if the guy is the one or not, first of all, you need to ask yourself, can you live with that guy for the rest of your life? Like, can you guys be actual partners? It doesn't physical attraction is very important. Put that aside. Are you able to build a family with that person? Do you guys have similar values? So you need to start thinking more here than here when it comes to a point where you guys are ready to get serious. Physical attraction at first, your heart obviously has to beat for the guy. That all comes at the beginning. But then to know if the guy's the one or not, first of all, can you talk to him like he's your friend? Are you able to trust him? Can you see yourself building a family like I mentioned together? Do you guys have, as I said, again, the same foundation? These things are very, very important. And I think also going through or being with each other for a while, because at the beginning they're going to show you all their, beautiful sides, and then you get to see their true colors once you guys go through your first and second and third fights. So those are important. And also I think the mother's instinct is almost always right. If your mama likes the guy, then that's a good sign. If she doesn't, then maybe think twice.
Cool. We can't really answer that because we haven't found the one. So,
and he needs to be a guy that you feel like you're a better person with him. So he's not taking you back or dragging you down.
Yes.
And I think it's so important because you end up either in a better situation or a worse situation, depending on who you are with. So if you guys, meet this perfect guy, make sure he's either on the same level as you or higher or above.
And
I'm personally against marrying. I mean, I do believe if he has the right foundation, he's hardworking, he'll eventually get there. But you just gotta keep in mind, if you're taking somebody who's not on the same level as you, he will take you back.
Abso-freaking-lutely. All right. And then we're going to finish it off with the last question. And I think the best question to finish it off with is, how does it feel being a new auntie for you and Deanna? It's honestly the best feeling in the world. Baby Serena, I sleep next to her now since, Renwa's been home for the next couple months. So I get the privilege to sleep next to her. It's such a nice feeling to be an aunt. It's nice also knowing that, I'm not ready for kids, but I get to enjoy them, for the most part, but not have them full time. She's been our happiness ever since she's come to this world. It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I didn't think I could love someone. I honestly didn't think I was gonna love her as much as I do. And I don't know what I'm gonna do when she leaves.
I know.
Like when Hannah goes to Hawaii, I went, 3-4 days you were at your in-laws' house, and I was like going crazy because I missed her so much. So I don't know how I'm gonna be able to go on when she leaves.
They're not even concerned about me moving. They're concerned about Serena moving with me.
When Hanwa, for example, she was, 5 days she was at her in-laws, and she comes back, I don't even we automatically run to Serena. We didn't even notice Hanwa was home or say hi to her.
Even my mom,
just like,
you
"Where's
guys,
Serena?"
she's because because of Serena, not because of me. Her daughter is moving fine, but her granddaughter is moving. That's the big deal.
Yeah, it's because we were all so close, and I don't know, it was just weird seeing our own sister have a baby. It was,
and it's our first niece.
So it was it's a very special moment. I just hate that we're getting so attached to her, and then they're taking her away, but That's part of life. But yeah, so that is it for today's Q&A with my sisters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There was some personal questions there that I'm gonna save for another video, so I tried to pick out the ones that were related to me and my sisters. And thank you guys so much for sending them over. I hope you guys enjoyed and got to know us a little bit more. If you guys want us to do more Q&As, then please feel free to let us know in the comments down below, and we'll be more than happy to do some more. And thank you, Diana. Thank you, Renoir, for joining me and spending your entire day filming
Yes.
videos with me.
I can go to my daughter now.
All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new to my channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification button right next to the subscribe button so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I see Renoir trying to grab a bite to eat, so I'm gonna close the video now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. Bye.